Hi, I'm Nur Shadia. In this video, I'm going to present all of these topics. To culture microalgae phytoplankton, these are the materials that should be prepared as well as how the setup should look like. Culture media is the saltwater solution where the plankton grows in. To make culture media, simply add salt to the fresh water in the container and mix it. Then, put in the fertilizer using a syringe. This saltwater solution is left overnight before putting in the starter culture, where the volume of the culture is doubled for the next few days until the container is filled. In the grow-out process, 1/3 of the culture is poured into 2 new bottles and is topped off with fresh media before placing those bottles with good exposure to lighting. After a week, 2/3 of the culture can be harvested while the other 1/3 is topped off with fresh media. Counting microalgae is done by taking a 5 ml sample of each culture mixed with Lugol solution and put onto Neubauer hemocytometer slides under low magnification. Cells are counted in the 4 large corner squares and the center square. Specifically, cells are counted in the smaller squares including the cells that touch the top and left boundaries. Live cells are colorless, while the dead cells appear blue. Total cells in the squares are recorded for calculations. Rotifers are important live food to the larvae of many species of fish due to its small size. Culturing rotifers can be done by putting in rotifers into a bottle as well as adding some phytoplankton as the rotifers feed. For the next few days, more phytoplankton should be added when the water turns light green. After 2 days, 1/3 of the culture can be taken to start the second culture. This step can be done multiple times to obtain more culture bottles. Lastly, the rotifers can be harvested using sieve. Microbes are some of the easiest live food to culture and are commonly used to feed ornamental fish larvae such as guppy. Culturing microbes starts with adding in a 1-inch layer of cooked oatmeal and a small amount of yeast into a container. The lid of the container should be poked with holes to let air in. The culture will then be kept in room temperature and away from sunlight. Next, once the microbes have climbed up the sides of the container, the microbes should be collected using Q-tips, which will then be swirled in chlorine-free water. The microbes can be fed to the larvae using a pipette or dropper. In summary, the culture methods of this larvae food should be practiced and learned so these methods can be applied to make own live food to feed the larvae, thus reducing the cost of purchasing live food. Plus, the culture methods of this larvae food should be done thoroughly and carefully so that the nutritional quality of this food can be maintained. So that's all from me and thank you for watching.